Alright, I'm watching Anthony. Anthony hit on some good points. His reaction video to Anthony. What is this channel? AnthonyTV? He's talking about fast food and the gig jobs. He hit on good points. Anthony. Anthony TV. He's a truck driver. He hit on very, very good points about the fast food industry. Me and him agree. I'm just going to go ahead and go with the 20. I'm going to go ahead and elaborate about this fast food industry that he talks about. He hit on some very good points. The thing about the fast food industry, it pays so low. So, over time, it just does. Fast food and retail pays so low. I can 100% relate. I got my first car when I was making underneath $30,000 a year over 10 years ago. It's just laughable now. Now people would laugh at, wow, you got your first new car, making underneath $30,000 a year. And I've been in food service for over many, many years at that point, and a supervisor. The problem with food service and retail is that the cost of living goes up, and your pay doesn't go up. Most food service and retail jobs, the pay is so low. So in retrospect speaking, the cost of living goes up and your pay doesn't go up. Even if you've been there 5, 10 years, you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s. And including Walmart, fast food, and retail. I don't want to mention a job. And the key to that is just you got to get a skill. Management is not a skill because sometimes in some industries in fast food retail, everybody can't be a manager. Everybody can't be a manager at Walmart. Everybody can't be a manager at these places, and the managers don't get paid any money. I know, I was in management for over many, many years. Many, many, many years. And he's promoting truck driving. I agree with him on that. But the only thing about truck driving, you got to keep your record clean. If your record fucked up, you'd be like a lot of other truck drivers blackballed. They can't get a job. Or it's hard for them. They can't get a job. It's just they don't have options. The thing about fast food that really they don't teach you, the cost of living goes up and your salary don't go up. It doesn't. The money I made over 30,000, under 30,000, like 28,000. Years I made this. Skill trade, maybe agent, maybe realist. I believe you can sell yourself out of poverty. That's what I believe. Anybody who's a part of revenue can make more money. That's my key. Don't chase your passion. 80% of people should not chase their passion. Chase money. Because money can help solve problems. These retail piss poor jobs, everything is a struggle. Everything is behind. It's a domino effect. It's a domino effect. Because when people are already struggling, car break down, they get a ticket. Worst case scenario, I'm already kind of in the hole. But if anything else happened, I'm even deeper in the hole. Because I'm even struggling on top of struggling. That's the thing about the fast food and the gig. Now, he did say the gig jobs. Yeah, he's right. Anthony also talked about the gig jobs. Yeah, which is right. Because in the gig world, whether it's Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, you're just working on an algorithm. You're just the algorithm. So maybe financial industry, sales, maybe real estate agent, selling cars, or just any other thing that would call out a skill outside of food service, retail, and a gig job. But if you don't have any money, you can start making money doing gig work, but the gig work has to be temporary. And to add to his point, I think you should only be at these low-paying jobs more than this 3 years. That's it. 3 years, move on. Because like I said, in a 3-year period at these jobs, these fast food retail jobs, keep in mind, everybody can't be a manager. So 80% of these people are associates and they don't get paid that much money. And then with the Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, all these type of jobs, you're relying on an algorithm. So it's not if the algorithm is not busy, you don't make any money. Now this is what you need to add. We have to learn how to use our mind, not all hands, not all back. Like my friend that owns 4 properties, he has a he has he used his credit and money. He owned about 5 properties. One of them is a duplex. So the four, so what he said? He said one tenant pays for all of it. So the rest of it is profit. So he's profit. So he's bringing in like 5-6 grand a month just off that, just off his real estate properties. I think two of his tenants is Section 8, so he automatically gets his money. He automatically gets his money from the government. That's why some people like Section 8 tenants. They automatically get their money from the government. Now everything's comes with a risk, but we gotta use our mind, not our hands and our back. Hands. We need to use our mind. And the thing that to add to go back to the food service and retail, everything is a struggle. People be in their 40s and 50s and 60s, they're just used to struggling. Your friends that may make 100 or 200K, the difference in between them and you is that they work in a different industry. Like my friend that make that 150, his house about to be paid off. He owned 4 real estate like I don't know how many multiple real estate properties, and I know one of them is a duplex. The nigga don't work. He collects like probably like 5 grand. Now, and he also is a nurse, so he money on top of money. He makes at least I estimated that he makes at least like 150. Given his mortgage that he had and all these other, he has to be making like 150. Like I said, how can I guess that? The 150 income? Because the area that he live at, his house is paid off. No roommates, nobody else living there but him, and his house about to be paid off. And 2 cars paid off. So that income is probably like at least 150K. Not 50,000. Not 50,000. So AnthonyTV hits on some good points, man. Think about it. We get comfortable. We like our job. We like it. Think about when you work these jobs, it's similar to being a caregiver. You get comfortable. You know your job. Like my job for $30,000 a year. That job was like a family to me. I'm not even gonna lie. That job and where I worked at, making underneath 30,000, I knew everybody. We was kind of like family. I knew everybody, their girlfriends, their boyfriends. That part of it was great. The money, but sometimes you don't know any better. You don't. But the fast food, and I'm almost gonna ask, should nobody get a culinary art degree? The culinary art degrees need to be deleted. Should nobody get a culinary art degree? Because the food service pays so low. I feel as though all these young people should be getting into a career where they can make 100K, or the potential to make 100K. Because the one thing that I'm gonna add to Anthony and then talk about was inflation. So every 10 to 20 years, things will cost more. That's why I say all the young people need to be aiming for 100K. Because 10 to 20 years from now, it's just gonna be way up there. It just is what it is. Nobody talks about that. But that's reality. I'm just trying to be ahead of reality. Then, like I said, go back to why is it 40, 50, 60-year-old losers? And Anthony was talking about his cooks. They've been cooking for 20 years. They're in their 40s. They've been a cook all their life. Some people been a dishwasher pretty much all their life into their 40s, 30s. Now, you need a skill. He talked about trucking, but I don't want to be biased just to promote people to get their CDL license. I want to tell people get your maybe real estate agent, maybe be a part of revenue, maybe like car sales. Whoever's a part of revenue can make a lot of money regardless. They're not working with their back in some positions. It's not always about you got to learn how to work with your mind. Like I've rented rooms for people. I've stayed at people's houses where they had 4 rooms, rented all that shit out. I know it comes with negative and positives, but I'm just saying. Some people, I've rented rooms with people who had like 4 houses. One guy who was in Cincinnati, I rented a room from him. He had a big house in Cincinnati. Pretty much every room paid him like $400. So I mean, you know, think about it. You get a house, you rent all them bitches out, especially the single people. I know everything has its risk. Everything has its pros and cons. Everything has their risk. Everything has its pros and cons. Okay, I'm just saying, so you can try to use your brain here. Stop using your hands. Try to use this here. That's all. So AnthonyTV hit on good points. You know, with your trapped income. Income is trapped. So food service. Now, let's say being a real estate agent, you may not sell no houses. So that means you don't make any. But if you can figure out how to sell houses, you can skyrocket. It's the 2 negatives. You cannot sell no houses and make a big fat zero. Or you can figure out how to sell houses and how to get leads and skyrocket your career. Same in the financial industry. People that sell stocks, people that sell cars, everybody that's part of revenue can make money. Now, being a manager at Tim Hortons, being a manager at Wawa, Speedway, some of them Walmart, they're not making no money. And you know, what's 40 and 50,000 if you got 3 kids? What's 40 and 50,000 if you got 3 kids? 40, 50,000 is something for a single person. It's you, no wife. But unfortunately, people got wife and kids with 40, 50,000. But he's right about that gig work. And now I watched another guy video. He didn't like DoorDash because DoorDash is deleting people accounts. Because DoorDash want to pay you a few dollars and want you to take the food on the other side of the city. So it's not worth it. They only pay you a few dollars and they want you to go to the other side of the city. So a lot of DoorDash workers, their accounts are getting deleted. You want to know why? Because they're not taking a few dollars, they're going to pay you a few dollars and want you to take that order to the other side of the city, which is so not worth it. Which is not worth it at all. Oh, God. You pay me, you know. DoorDash, it sucks because when you're an Uber driver, the further you take somebody, the more money you make. DoorDash can be the opposite. It can pay you a few dollars and take this food to the other side of the city. Plus, you got to go in there and wait for it. I was watching a young guy. He was really pissed at DoorDash because DoorDash is about to deactivate his account. Really, DoorDash is doing you a favor because you're not going to make any money anyway. They're going to pay you $5 and they want you to take, and plus you got to go in there and wait, and they want you to take that food on the other side of the city. It ain't. So, you know, and then to add to that, don't hate your job, whether you're an Uber driver, you work at Walmart, or you're a receptionist, don't hate your job. You have to get a skill that can make more money. That's what I realized. You don't hate your job, no matter what it is you do for a living. You got to get a better skill. You got to get out of food service, retail, and the gig economy. All the gig economies. They'll temporarily work. And then my theory, you can only stay at the job about 3 years max. 3 years max. This cost of living goes up and your wage don't go up. Like I said, I never forget, and that's laughable. Getting a new car, making $30,000 a year. Dude, that's laughable now. Getting a new car, making $30,000 a year is laughable. It's a joke. It's a joke. I think I picked up a guy, and he had been at Walmart for I don't know how long, but a long time, bro. He been at Walmart a long time. He ain't make no money. They ain't make no money. Yeah, he right. Fast food don't pay that much money. And even the managers. Everybody want to be a manager. So you're fighting against everybody else at these corporations to be a manager. And the managers don't get paid shit. And to add to that, all the bank cared about when I did get a new car back then is that I've been at my job a long time. That's what the bank cared about. Not that I really made money. They just cared about consistent income. That's all the bank just cared about consistent income. This is why people finance and they be over the head because the bank just care about that you got consistent income. So I see people buy houses they really can afford because the bank care about consistent income. I think I financed something else too, and every time I got paid, I had $50 left to my name. $50 left to my name. I never forget it. Depressed as heck. Depressed. All the bank cared about, that was years ago. I'm not for sure if they still care about that. They probably do. They probably do. But don't hate your job. Don't hate your job. Walmart can just pay you what they said to pay you. They can't pay you anymore. They can't. Walmart can't pay you no more than what they said to pay you. When you're a receptionist at some like motel, they set to pay you what they said to pay you. Now they set to pay. Now he did promote trucking. I wouldn't just promote trucking anymore. I promote sales anymore because I think soft skills like phone skills anybody can learn. There's a soft phone skills, learning selling stocks, selling real estate, selling cars. A lot of people can learn phone skills because you're just putting on an act and you're over the phone or maybe in person, either or. You're just a great actor. You know, the food service. See, you stay at food service for 5 or 10 years and your pay's still low. Even 5 years later. Even 10 years later. A perfect example. I know friends of mine right now. And I'm a good example. Even after 7 years, my pay was laughable. A joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It is a joke. And then gig work. The negative and positive about gig work, you can make money, but then when it drops and you don't make money, or you can get fired quickly from DoorDash. DoorDash will fire you quick. And all the other gig workers, they will fire you quick too. All of them will fire you quick. They will. Now, trucking will take a felony if you got a felony. It will take you if you got a felony. So